We are now reaching the business end of the Chess World Cup. It's now boiled down to the top 4 players in the world currently. Magnus Carlsen, Nijat Tabasov, Fabiano Caruana and Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa. Norway, Azerbaijan, US and India. These are your top 4 nations when you look at the Chess World Cup at this particular time. Each individual has a different story to tell. Magnus Carlsen is not going to play the candidates. Nijat Tabasov, on the other hand, he is now the lowest ranked individual to ever qualify for the candidates. Then you have one of the American superstars in chess, Fabiano Caruana. Then amongst the whole host of young superstars that have emerged in the Chess World Cup, you have Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa. This contest is really going to be the clash of experience versus youth. Can the youth pull off something dramatic as they have always been doing in this edition of the Chess World Cup, or is the semi-finals going to be the arena where the experienced people reclaim their lost ground? Because Carlsen versus Nijat Tabasov is going to be a classic game, but don't discount Fabiano Caruana versus Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa, their clash. Because if you look at it, Praggnanandhaa is currently the toast of the nation after Gukesh's exploits in the Chess World Cup. I mean, Gukesh, because of his performances in the Chess World Cup, he lost to Magnus Carlsen in the quarterfinals, but he is now your number 1 chess player in the latest ELO ratings, overtaking Vishwanathan Anand. But Praggnanandhaa has been the toast of the nation because of what he has achieved. I mean, there have been 2 photos, one photo that is there here and the other photo here where his mother, Nagalakshmi, is really looking on in pride as her 18-year-old son really sets the stage on fire. You can see in this photo, Praggnanandhaa signing autographs, his mother is waiting, and this photo you can see Praggnanandhaa giving an interview to one reputed chess broadcaster, and she is looking on in pride. These 2 photos, combined with the host of blessings that the entire chess fraternity and as well as all the other stakeholders have given, gives Praggnanandhaa a kind of an edge. But remember, this is the chess world. It is the most brutal test of your skill and also your application. Today, your semi-finals are going to see the classical games. So, you will play 2 classical games on 2 days. If you win the classical games, then you're through to the final. If you don't, you then play the 25-minute rapid tiebreakers despite a break. Even if there's a stalemate there, you play the 10-minute tiebreakers. If that doesn't separate the opponents, then you play 2 5-minute rapid with 3-second increments. Even if after that there is no clear-cut winner, you play the sudden death 3-minute rapid, the blitz tiebreaker with 2-second increments. Now, Praggnanandhaa actually heads into the semi-final, ironically, with nothing to lose, because Carlsen's statement means that he is not going to play the candidates because of the current format of the game, means that whoever now has qualified for the semi-finals, 2, 3 and 4, they have qualified for the candidates, and Praggnanandhaa is the second Indian after Vishy Anand to have qualified for the candidates that will be held in 2024. Throughout this entire 30-year period that the candidates have been since 1991, Vishwanathan Anand was the only Indian to feature among that. Now in 2024, it's going to be Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa. Then he will be up now against Caruana, who is the world number 2 in the ELO ratings at this point. So it is not going to be a very easy task indeed. Now, what are the strengths and weaknesses that is going to be there? Who holds the edge in this contest between Praggnanandhaa and Caruana? Because if you look at it, in this entire Chess World Cup, Caruana has played only 1 tiebreaker, but Praggnanandhaa has had to go through 2 very intense tiebreakers, one against Hikaru Nakamura and the other against Arjun Erigaisi. Now, the clash against Arjun Erigaisi was in the quarterfinal, and that went to the 3+2 sudden death blitz tiebreaker. Now, after that encounter, which lasted close to 5.5 hours, Praggnanandhaa would have been mentally exhausted. But remember, this is where your real test begins. In the classical format, if you look at it, actually Caruana holds the edge. Played 2, One by Caruana 1, one by Praggnanandhaa 0. The other one was a draw. But in a rather offbeat tournament called Titled Tuesday, where you can win matches and then you can get prizes, Praggnanandhaa actually defeated Caruana. But again, remember, that doesn't count because it was just an exhibition game that was played. So, Praggnanandhaa may have gotten the better of Caruana in an exhibition game, but when it comes to the real life tournaments which are that big, Caruana holds the edge. 2-1-1 by Caruana, lost 0. And both times different openings and defenses have been employed by Caruana. So, how prepared Praggnanandhaa will be, that remains to be seen. So, Praggnanandhaa's 2 tiebreakers go against him when he heads into the semi-final. Caruana, on the other hand, he has played only 1 tiebreaker. There is a slight advantage that Praggnanandhaa may have, that maybe Caruana is not playing his peak chess which he is known for, because remember, he had qualified for the World Championships, but even then he could not beat Magnus Carlsen. But for people who are saying that he has probably not peaked, remember, Caruana knocked out the defending champion Jan Krzysztof Duda of Poland in round 5. So, round 5, when Caruana eliminated Duda, that signaled an intent that yes, he is one of the best in the business. Praggnanandhaa has beaten Nakamura, top ranked player, and also has the experience of beating Carlsen 3 times. Remember, Praggnanandhaa has beaten Magnus Carlsen thrice. So, that experience of beating top ranked players, that can possibly hold Praggnanandhaa in a good stead. So, if he puts on a fight against Caruana, don't be surprised by it. But remember, Caruana is an all format player. He can be brilliant even in the rapid and the blitz sections as well. So, although Praggnanandhaa comes at a slight disadvantage, Caruana, he's still not playing that peak chess that he's known for. But his victory over Duda ensured that yes, he is here to play some serious chess at this time. Caruana has better ELO rating and big game experience than Praggnanandhaa. That is the major X factor that is there favoring Caruana, because he's played a lot of tournaments in the past and he's also been in the World Championships. But remember, Chess World Cup, you've seen upsets happen in the past. I mean, against Vincent Kmar, Magnus Carlsen was on the brink of elimination, but he somehow came back. Jan Nepomniachtchi lost, but remember, Nepomniachtchi's loss doesn't mean anything because he's already qualified for the candidates. Now, Praggnanandhaa is also qualified, Caruana is also qualified, Nijat Abbasov is also qualified. So, among these all, who will now really play their A game and win the Chess World Cup? Because remember, apart from Vishwanathan Anand in 2000 and 2002, no other Indian has ever won the Chess World Cup. So, Praggnanandhaa will be hoping that he achieves that first. Caruana, on the other hand, will be hoping that yes, he's already through to the candidates, but he'll want to ensure that nothing, he keeps nothing to chance. And that is the reason that this contest will be a titanic tussle. Remember, Praggnanandhaa made blunders under pressure against Erigaisi. Now he makes a blunder against Caruana, that he will be made to pay. Remember, 18 years versus an experienced individual, that is a real big disadvantage that Praggnanandhaa has. But this Chess World Cup has shown anything is possible. So at 4:30 p.m. IST, you're going to see the first classical game between Ramesh Babu Praggnanandhaa and Fabiano Caruana. Remember, if Caruana wins, then Praggnanandhaa is out, but he will still qualify for the candidates. If both classical games end in a draw, then we go into the rapid and blitz tiebreakers to separate the two. It promises to be a thriller. Caruana versus Praggnanandhaa, followed by Carlsen versus Nijat Abbasov, the real success story of the Chess World Cup in this edition. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget, we are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. Thank you.